coverage near you.
Help us fight for life and train the CSRA. Contact the American Heart Association for details.
Follow News 1226 on Twitter to keep informed with the latest happening near you.
From the station that's on your side, breaking news.
We begin with breaking news first at 5. President Joe Biden says there will now be enough of the COVID vaccine for every adult by the end of May. That's actually 2 months earlier than his administration believed earlier. President Biden made the announcement just within the last hour. He also announced he was directing states to prioritize educators for the vaccine. He tweeted, quote, "It's time to treat in-person learning like the essential service that it is." Now to big news today out of South Carolina. Governor Henry McMaster announcing the state will move to phase 1B of vaccinations on Monday. That means teachers, anyone 55 and older, and essential workers can all get the shot. Also on that list, law enforcement, anyone 16 to 64 with medical conditions like cancer, HIV, or obesity, people with an increased risk in places where people live or work in close contact. The governor saying today this is a big step in the right direction, especially for schools.
Many local health care providers and school districts have planned to conduct teacher-specific vaccination clinics. Held on school grounds on weekends, afternoons, or at specific times, these coordinated clinics will allow teachers to be vaccinated quicker than if the teachers had to make their own individual appointments.
The next phase after this 1C begins April 12th. That phase will include people 45 and up and essential workers not included in phase 1B. Then, if all of this goes according to plan around May 3rd, anyone 16 and older can start getting the shot under phase 2. For more information about each phase, or if you want to sign up, go to WRDW.com or our WRDW app. Soon, President Biden will give his update on his administration's handling of the pandemic. As Skylar Henry reports, he's expected to sell a new deal between competitors Johnson & Johnson and Merck for increased vaccine production.
This afternoon, President Biden will announce a major agreement that will allow pharmaceutical manufacturer Merck to help produce Johnson & Johnson's one-dose COVID-19 vaccine.
The U.S. government will facilitate this partnership in several key ways, including invoking the Defense Production Act to equip 2 Merck facilities.
The deal has the potential to dramatically increase the supply of the vaccine, though it could take a couple of months to get the Merck production process going. The White House press secretary also announced the administration is increasing vaccine supply to states this week to more than 15 million doses of the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines, plus nearly 3 million doses of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. In Philadelphia, DHS Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas toured a FEMA-backed mass vaccination site. He says FEMA has helped facilitate more than 500 community vaccination centers around the country to date.
It is a shining example of partnership.
President Biden is also continuing outreach on the $1.9 trillion COVID relief package. Tuesday, he called into the Senate Democrats' lunch meeting.
He said we need to pass this bill and pass it soon.
But Senate Republicans continue to blast the bill as too partisan.
It is my hope that at the end, Senate Republicans will unanimously oppose it.
Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says the Senate will take up the bill this week. Skylar Henry, CBS News, the White House.
Senator Bernie Sanders tweeted he will offer a $15 minimum wage amendment to the Senate version of the COVID bill, even though the parliamentarian ruled it could not be included. All right, if you live in South Carolina and you need to sign up for a vaccine, there are plenty of slots available for University Hospital's clinic. It is this Thursday at Millbrook Baptist Church in Aiken. As of this morning, 1,000 slots were available. Now, these are open to folks 65 and older. You do have to show proof that you live in the Palmetto State. The link to book your appointment is on our website. We've also just learned this afternoon there'll be a vaccine clinic for folks on the Georgia side as well. This clinic will be Friday. It's at the Harrisburg Family Health Care Center on Crawford Avenue. It'll be from 9 to 2. It is important to note this is only for people who are 65 and older or who are caregivers. You'll also have to live in the Harrisburg community. This is a first come, first serve, so make sure you show up early. Riley, it was a wet day out there when I stepped out a few minutes ago. I was on an interview, and now returned, and it's dry. It changed in just a matter of an hour.
It was a quick little shower. I saw the same one coming into work today. Had a few raindrops on the windshield, and then it just stopped. And we are seeing a lull in the action for most of us in the CSRA. But this is going to be our area of low pressure in the Gulf of Mexico. This is what's going to be tracking towards us as we head into tonight and early Wednesday. And we are expecting everybody to get in on that heavy rain action late tonight and through early Wednesday morning. A closer look at the CSRA. Once again, most of us are currently dry. That heavier rain is staying mainly south of I-16. But as we head later into this evening, that's where all that rainfall is going to be working its way in. Currently here in Augusta and Aiken, not much going on. We're currently dry, generally cloudy, so if you're trying to get any errands done the next hour or so, you should be generally dry. Now, late tonight and early Wednesday, this is when there's going to be that low-end flash flood threat, mainly across our southern counties. If you flood very easily, that's where we're anticipating those minor flooding problems to occur as those rain rates pick up tonight. Now, temperatures not really warm by any means. We got up to 77 yesterday afternoon. We're currently at 47, expecting to stay in the 40s through tonight. We'll see when this rain finally ends, coming up in that full forecast. Mary?
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Riley. Some devastating video today from Southern California. 15 people were killed after an SUV with 27 people slammed into a semi carrying gravel. Officials say multiple people were sent to hospitals for treatment, including 3 who are in intensive care. The accident happened about 11 miles north of the U.S.-Mexico border. A spokesperson says the immigration status of those in that car is being investigated. FBI Director Christopher Wray testifying before the Senate about the deadly Capitol riot and other issues of national security. Wray condemned the violence and defended the FBI's handling of information, indicating an attack was possible on January 6th.
You can be darn tootin' that we are focused very, very hard on how can we get better sources, better information, better analysis, so that we can make sure that something like what happened on January 6th never happens again.
He says the FBI has found the attack was motivated by militia violent extremism. Senator Lindsey Graham speaking out today after former President Donald Trump's first public appearance. Trump spoke to supporters this weekend at CPAC. He criticized Biden's first month in office while still claiming the election was stolen from him. Senator Graham saying today most of the speech was good. However, voter fraud claims just don't hold up.
I haven't seen evidence of a bunch of dead people voting. I haven't seen evidence of people under 18 voting in Georgia like was claimed, but there are some problems without any doubt in my mind about mail-in voting being done on an industrialized scale. But, you know, it's up to him. But my view is that the best way to win 2020 is to start talking about the differences between the parties, not relitigating 2020.
The Richmond County Sheriff's Office needs your help tonight with information. It's about this car or the people inside. Take a good look at this. This car is connected to the kidnapping of an elderly woman taken at Walgreens on Wrightsboro Road last month. Police say 3 suspects, a white man in a blue dress suit, a black woman wearing sweatpants, a tan jacket with a green purse, and a heavy-set black person used this car to kidnap the woman. If you have any information, if you recognize this car, please call the number on your screen. Soon you won't see 6 Dr. Seuss books on the shelves. People are calling them racist. The company announced it will no longer sell them because they, quote, portray people in ways that are hurtful and wrong. That statement released today on Dr. Seuss's birthday. Some of the books include And to Think That I Saw It on Mulberry Street, If I Ran the Zoo, and Scrambled Egg Super. The company says it worked with a panel of experts to reach this decision. While some of the Dr. Seuss books are under scrutiny, his birthday is still a way to get kids to read. Today is National Read Across America Day. Augusta Mayor Hardy Davis took part in the day as well.
Who can a citizen be? A citizen is just like you. A citizen can plant trees. A citizen can help a neighbor. A citizen can join a just cause. A citizen can write a letter. A citizen can help change laws.
Mayor Davis read what a citizen can do. A lot of these readings, including Mayor Davis's, were or virtual. We spoke to an expert who said we need to read to our kids, and they need to see us read.
So if they see us reading, we become their model. Oh, they're reading, it's interesting. Whether you're reading from a tablet or an actual book, a newspaper or a magazine, it happens to help the children to understand that they too need to be readers.
She said getting children interested in reading is important to do in the early years. We're talking before 3rd grade. And she says we need to read to them daily. March is Women's History Month, and for one national group, that means honoring female veterans and active service women. They're doing that by recording as much of their individual histories as they can. That's a pretty tall task, but as News 12's Sydney Heiberger tells us, those stories aren't that hard to find.
Georgia has one of the highest women's veterans populations in the entire country. And with Fort Gordon right in our backyard, there's plenty right here in Augusta. The effort comes from the Military Women's Memorial in Washington, D.C. Their goal is to record every single woman who has ever served in the military, so people can learn about individual soldiers and see women's contribution to the military as a whole. So far, the organization has registered 300,000 women, but that's just scratching the surface of the 3 million women who have served our country from the beginning. Phyllis Wilson is the president of the organization and says the importance of this database goes well beyond just a list of names.
The whole purpose behind it is sharing what women have done, not only in the military as individuals, but collectively, and how we've really changed society. Many of us, they'll never write a book about us, not even an article. So where will we ever know how to find these incredible stories of service and sacrifice?
And this list is not just for service women, but anyone who wants to look up friends, family, or maybe add someone to the list who has already passed away. Tonight on News 12 at 6 o'clock, we're hearing from a local servicewoman about what this list means to her. Reporting in Grovetown, Sydney Heiberger on your side.
Thanks for that, Sydney. We'll recognize a lot of names on that list here locally. All right, we all know this little one by name. Lemire Johnson, the first grader in need of a heart transplant. The community of Johnston, South Carolina is continuing to rally together to raise funds to help. A charity ride fundraiser is being put together by the Southern Eagles Motorcycle Club of Edgefield. Cars, trucks, scooters, and motorcycles all encouraged to take part in that march on the 7th at 1 p.m. The ride will start at the Johnson Elementary School. And we hope as many of you participate as possible. Businesses nationwide, they fear they won't survive if they don't get more federal help. Now, everyday people are stepping up and giving back. We'll tell you how. Riley?
Heavy rain moving in late tonight through early Wednesday, but not all of Wednesday's looking too bad. Much more coming up in that full forecast.
A migraine hope.
3 in 10 small businesses say,
Aim to be there more. Talk to your doctor about Aimovig.
3 in 10 small businesses say they won't survive without more federal assistance. Michael George shows us how across the country, regular people are going to great lengths to keep their favorite places open for business.
Ian Braverman didn't want to see any more closed signs go up in his neighborhood, so he did something about it.
I came up with this idea where I was like, it'd be great if I could see if there's interest from the community to help, just give a small donation, a small gift to all these hardworking people that, feed our community.
That small act got a big response. $14,000 in donations to help 25 restaurants in his Northbrook, Illinois community.
He really made my day.
Nick Drivis, owner of the Grill House restaurant, couldn't believe it when Ian, a complete stranger, walked in with a check.
His act of kindness in doing that and trying to help the restaurants. When he came into my restaurant, I was kind of overwhelmed with gratitude for what he had done.
With federal aid lacking for businesses hurt by the pandemic, ordinary people are stepping up. In Watertown, Massachusetts, employees and customers raised nearly $50,000 to keep this diner afloat.
Thank you very much.
This restaurant in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania got a boost from community donations through a Barstool Sports fundraiser.
It makes me feel that there is good humans in the world. There's people that care about the everyday person.
Ian Braverman says pitching in during difficult times is what Americans do.
Just knowing that all these people they're hard workers, this is their livelihood. So we stand to lose these people that have dedicated their life to things like this.
He believes without community support, we risk losing businesses that are the cornerstones of our community. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
In many cases, community support is only part of the solution. A federal survey in the fall found 44% of small businesses are more than $100,000 in debt. Riley, it is looking like we've got some rain coming our way, and you know what? We just dried out, I feel like, from the last round of storms.
I know, Meredith. We are still above average so far. So for 2021, definitely about 3.5 inches above average from what I checked earlier this afternoon. So we don't necessarily need any more rain, but we're going to get it pretty much guaranteed as we progress through this evening, especially into the overnight hours. All thanks to this area of low pressure that's going to be just making a straight line towards us and tracking across the entire viewing area. Most of that heavy rain this afternoon has stayed south of I-20. It's actually south of I-16 currently. We've seen a few raindrops here in Augusta, Aiken, and areas south, but not a whole lot of rain for us so far today. We're really anticipating the majority of this to start around 9 o'clock and then just continuously fall until we get to around mid-morning on Wednesday. A closer look at our radar. Once again, not much happening for most of us. Really only the southern CSRA is dealing with just some light showers continue to move on through between Oak Park and Swainsboro. Shout out to our buddy StatCat. Hope you're watching out there and staying safe tonight as that rain does continue. Now, our power planner this evening, once again, if you live in Augusta, if you're trying to get an errand done the next hour or so, you should be generally dry. We're not really anticipating the rainfall to really pick up for us here in Augusta until after 8 o'clock. Now, after that time frame, it's just going to be steady all night long for us. So as you head to bed, you're going to be hearing rain, and then when you wake up, you're most likely still going to be hearing rain. There is going to be a low-end flash flood threat for our southern counties through tonight and early tomorrow morning. That threat is once again highest for counties south of Richmond and Augusta, so mainly south of I-20. If you live up towards the lake, not necessarily expecting much in the way of flooding issues, and this is still a marginal risk, so we're not necessarily expecting widespread problems across our southern counties. It's just if you live in a flood-prone area, you could definitely run into some problems. Be safe on that morning commute early Wednesday. With this type of rainfall we're expecting overnight tonight, there definitely will be some ponding on roadways early that can cause you to hydroplane, and rain is still expected to be continuing through around sunrise Wednesday morning. So once again, that visibility will be lower as well. Here's a look at it hour by hour, just showing that rain building across the area as we head later into tonight. There you go, around 10 p.m., that's when we're really expecting pretty much everybody to start seeing fairly steady rainfall across the viewing area. After midnight, we're picking up on some moderate to heavy rainfall, especially across our southern counties. Temperature is going to be chilly as well, most likely staying in the 40s through tonight. Now, Wednesday morning, we'll continue to track some rain, but it is moving east fairly quickly. There's your Wednesday afternoon. Actually, plenty of sunshine and high temperatures in the 60s, so actually not too bad to end our Wednesday. Thursday, Friday look good as well, and for the weekend, very slim rain chance Saturday. Not anticipating it to be a huge issue for most of us. Those temperatures, though, look to be a little bit below normal.
All right, thanks for that, Riley. We all have old photos just laying around the house, don't we? Well, what can we do to bring them back to life? We've got some answers and some news you can use after the break. We want some breaking news just into our newsroom at the moment. Want to let you know about a child pornography arrest that has just happened in Edgefield. We are working to get more information about that coming up in just a moment. Sorry, we're having some technical difficulties here as we're working to get that information to you. New technology is bringing old still photographs to life. Jamie Tucker takes a look at how artificial intelligence is giving people a new perspective of loved ones they never met.
This technology comes from a genealogy website called MyHeritage. You see this photo behind me? That is a photo of my grandmother who passed away sadly when my mother was just a little girl. Never seen her before. But by uploading it to the MyHeritage website tool called Deep Nostalgia, this photo comes alive. Watch this.
It incorporates a number of different technologies that includes photo enhancement, photo colorization, and then also this technology, artificial intelligence technology, to be able to make it move and appear as it's smiling and from side to side, really brings it to life.
Rafi Mendelson is with MyHeritage that released a software tool about a week ago to
your computer or phone if you have the app. Deep Nostalgia first enhances the photo, recognizes faces, and seconds later renders an animated version. The person in the photo blinks, tilts their head, even smiles.
And you can see possibly what they would have looked like.
Deep Nostalgia has gone viral with millions of people using the tool and sharing the results on Twitter and Instagram. Paul Chittick shared this animation of his father. He tweeted, "I've never seen a moving image of Dad. He sadly died when I was 3. Incredible and emotional."
And the response that we've had has been incredible. I think from people who either didn't know their relatives or from people who remember them but from many years ago.
I found the Deep Nostalgia tool to be very effective depending on the quality of the photograph. The good news, though, is this technology is only going to get better. That's What the Tech. I'm Jamie Tucker.
This is pretty cool. You can animate a limited number of photographs for free. Over the last 4 days, MyHeritage says it's animated more than 4 million photographs. Something to try there. I know we've got all of these hanging around our house, Riley.
Oh, for sure. Pretty weird situation today. We actually hit our high temperature just after midnight last night, and we hit our low temperature this afternoon. Yeah, pretty funny out there. Have a look at the radar in that 7-day forecast next.
Foundation.
Follow News 1226 on Instagram to see what's trending in your area.
I want to update you on some news just into our newsroom. An Emmanuel County man in jail after a multi-agency child pornography investigation. The GBI arresting Chad Barrett. The GBI says they got a tip from the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children involving Barrett. They went to his home, later charged him with distributing child porn. We are working to get his mugshot.
Here's a look at what we're expecting over the next 48 hours. There's going to be a heavy rain threat late this evening through the overnight and early Wednesday morning. We'll clear out by Wednesday afternoon. Expected plenty of sunshine past Wednesday morning.
All right, thanks for that, Riley. Richard Rogers in the chair joining me in 2 minutes here on News 12. We're back in a bit.